What's going on, guys? It's your boy Andy Majors. I'm back with another video. Today I wanted to talk about the future of PC because this is a gaming channel. I talk about gaming news and all that stuff. And I want to talk about the future of computers because people like me who play video games on their computers, we are facing a very different future. Very different future. So, anyways. I'm here at WindowsCentral.com. It says Jeff Bezos said the quiet part out loud. Hopes that you give up your PC to rent one from the cloud.
Hello, this is Yami Yugi from Yu-Gi-Oh! And make sure to subscribe to Andy Matrix's channel. Now on with the show.
Now, we all heard about cloud computing. And what a lot of people don't understand is that you use cloud computing all the time. For example, when you go into YouTube, Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, TikTok, all of those are on a cloud. You know, all the data, all the website data is on a server that is owned by, by that company, by Facebook or YouTube or Google, right? They own the servers. Your information is stored in their servers. Keep that in mind. And you get to upload videos, post content, upload photos, comment, like, share videos, all that stuff. Write little tweets. So you are using cloud computing every day, especially if you're on social media. But there are certain things that you don't want to give up, like ownership of your computer. So, it says Amazon's Jeff Bezos once revealed how he thinks of local PC hardware as antiquated. Ready to be replaced by cloud options. Will DRAM prices make it come true? Want to go down here? Okay, so there is an interview here with Jeff Bezos. I think I forgot how long ago this was. This was a while ago. I think I don't know if it was like a year ago, but they posted it here on this website. You guys can check that out. It said interview from Amazon to space, right? So I want to read to you this part down here. It says hundreds of millions of us have already given away ownership over music, TV shows, movies to cloud companies like Spotify and Netflix, both of which run Amazon Web Services. Cloud gaming products like Amazon Luna, Nvidia GeForce, now and Xbox Cloud Gaming are all seeing steady growth too. But it's not just about these niche scenarios. The vast majority of apps and services people engage with online are entirely cloud-based. From Fortnite, TikTok, it is really so far-fetched to imagine that most people would most likely be fine with renting their full computing solutions from companies like Microsoft and Amazon. Personally, I don't trust that shit. I don't, because I like my computer. I don't want to give up my computer. And also, all the software on my computer, right? All the software on my computer. I like my computer. I don't want, Microsoft or Amazon, to have like ownership of my computer. So basically, what they want you to do is to what's the word I'm looking for? Is to have access. Basically, how like, for example, the Microsoft Office, right? Microsoft Office. You can no longer go to the store, buy a Microsoft Office, package, right? And then upload the software to your computer, and then open it with a serial key, right? With a key code. No, back then you would actually own your software, but now you don't own your software. You rent your software. Now you have to subscribe to Microsoft Office. If you want to use Microsoft Word, you got to pay like what, $10 a month for that to rent Microsoft Word, right? So you don't own Microsoft Word anymore. You have to buy it. That's what I'm talking about. So basically, if you know what cloud computing is, you basically you're gonna subscribe to like a computer service. So let's say, I don't know, $50 a month, right? $50 a month, and you're gonna log in, and you're gonna get access to like this operating system that basically creates like a virtual PC, right? A virtual PC. So it's basically like you have your own computer, but is virtual. It's not the hardware, but just like virtual. You'll be able to do the same thing, log in, download software, all of that, but is hosted on the Amazon servers. I don't like that. I really don't like that, because you're giving them way too much power. And I like the idea of having my own hardware. I like my own hardware. I like having my own laptop. Download my software where I can put my photos and videos and all that stuff. I like having my own, property. When you buy a laptop, you have property. So I think in the next, I'm gonna say in the next 5, maybe 10 years. I probably, by the way that technology is moving, I say 5 years at this point. They're gonna stop producing laptops and just and people are just gonna get on the virtual laptop, on the virtual computer, right? Probably through their phone or however else, or they're just gonna sell you like a cheap hardware with like a screen and a keyboard, and that you just connect to the internet and that's it. And then to use your own computer, you gotta connect to the internet. But let's say, for example, if you buy a software and you download it to your computer, you do not need to connect to the internet to use it. And I'll tell you a little story. I used to use Photoshop, and Photoshop is now a subscription service. But then I changed over to Affinity, and I bought Affinity for I think like $50. I downloaded it to my computer, and it's mine. I own it. It's mine. It has a serial number, and I don't need to connect to the internet in order to use Affinity. That is the big difference. I own it. I don't have to be connected. If the internet goes off, that's it. If the internet goes off, I can't use it. That's the crazy thing. So, and this is the problem with our modern age, and this is one of the reasons why so many people are going back and using old technology, old computers, old TVs, DVD players, is because everybody misses the idea of owning. People want to own their things, right? So, these evil rich billionaires, they want to engineer how people use technology in the future, and I disagree. I think we should all vote on what is it that we want for technology, not just let these billionaires decide for us. They're deciding what we're going to have. They're deciding what we're going to do, how we're going to interact. Who made them, God? Who made them, the I don't know, the king, or the decision makers of humanity? It's ridiculous. But anyways, guys, whatever your thoughts are, make sure to comment below, like this video, subscribe to the channel, hit the notification bell for future notifications. It's your boy, Matrix. Godspeed.